Welcome to this Tutor to You Sociology topic video. In this video we will be looking at Talcott Parsons' ideas on education. In our last video, Durkheim on education, we looked at the functionalist view that education serves a range of beneficial functions for wider society and examined two functions proposed by Emil Durkheim, social solidarity and teaching of specialist skills. Talcott Parsons developed Durkheim's ideas further in the post-war era in the United States and suggested a further function, secondary socialisation, or what some refer to as being the bridge between home and the value consensus of wider society. Parson suggested that the primary socialisation of home is not adequate for members when they move from home into wider society. He believed that education was essential in acting as a bridge between home and wider society, transforming the particularistic values of home into more universal values in society. Particularistic values are those that are specific to a group or individual, whereas universal values apply to everybody in society. For example, if you were going on a family outing and you were running late, your family would hopefully wait for you. However, in wider society, if you're late, buses won't wait for you, your class won't wait, and your employer may even discipline you. School prepares you for this. Additionally, education transforms your ascribed status as somebody's son, daughter, brother, sister into an achieved one that means you will be judged based upon your performances rather than your place as a son or daughter. This can be linked to the promotion of meritocracy in schools, as individuals earn their status through ability in wider society rather than being born into it, as in the family. Finally, Parson suggested that education should promote individualism rather than collectivism in schools. There are links here to Parsons' work on the needs of society to have a geographically and socially mobile workforce by promoting individualism over collectivism. The education system can prepare students to sacrifice the collective bonds of their communities for career progression. So how does education achieve this? Mainly through the hidden or informal curriculum. That is the knowledge, skills and attributes that are implicit in the education system. Acceptance of hierarchies, hard work being rewarded, being punctual, wearing uniforms, conforming. Schools achieve this through sanctions and rewards, with positive behaviour rewarded and non-conformity sanctioned. Assessments and qualifications are a method used by the school to enable students to gain achieve status. In wider society, university entrance and employment are both decided upon by the qualifications an individual possesses, while ideas of meritocracy are transmitted through teachers, lecturers and employers. Finally, competition between students for grades or in sports is encouraged to move students from collectivism to individualism. This is evident particularly in the US education system, with individuals being ranked in their university class or being awarded valedictorian status as the top student of their graduate year. This prepares students for working life, where they will be judged on their performance, usually against their colleagues. So how do we apply this to our contemporary society? Well, many schools use uniform and disciplinary policies in order to control this process. While at home you may be encouraged to dress individually, at school there are sanctions for not conforming to uniform regulations. Each September we hear through the media of students being sent home or placed in isolation for not wearing the right shoes, not having the right length skirt, or having an inappropriate hairstyle for learning. Furthermore, students who are late or disruptive in class may be sanctioned, such as detentions and isolation, and this is designed to enforce universal standards behaviour on pupils. Recently, educational policies have seen Ofsted announcing that schools should be teaching students cultural capital and cultural literacy implicitly in the curriculum to enable students to succeed in wider society. There'll be more on this when we look at Bourdieu and cultural capital. Schools also have a responsibility to ensure that students receive social, moral, spiritual and cultural education. While this is not done explicitly in lessons, it forms part of the hidden curriculum to enable students to understand the shared norms and values of wider society. Once again, as with Durkheim, when it comes to evaluation of functionalist ideas, Marxists spring to mind. Marxists agree that there is a hidden curriculum, but argue that its purpose is not as benign as functionalists would suggest. They think that it is not society's value consensus that students learn, but the values of capitalism and the ruling class. Individualism is a key factor in keeping workers from revolting, while promoting ruling class values, the values of the lower classes are neglected. Further criticism comes from postmodernism. They disagree with universal values, arguing that society is so fragmented and that individuals choose their own values. In a multicultural and media-saturated society, the impacts of passing on norms and values through education is greatly diluted. And furthermore, clashes between the values of the ruling class and other groups often lead to underachievement. Now, this is an important concept we'll look at in later videos, the role of the habitus in education, and particularly how it might influence working class experience. I hope you found this video useful in explaining Parsons' views on education, and thank you for watching.